Okay, today's lesson is 7.6, the sine and cosine ratios. The sine ratio, we have triangle ABC, where it's a right triangle with acute angle A. Then the sine of angle A is defined as the following. It's the leg that's opposite of angle A divided by the hypotenuse. So if angle A is over here, and it's the leg that's opposite that, this leg, divided by the hypotenuse. Or the side that's opposite the 90-degree angle. Okay? So if we're finding sine of B and sine of C, we would do sine of B is equal to, now if this is our angle, this is the side opposite of that, which would be 48, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 50. So sine of B is equal to 48 over 50, which is 0.96. About sine of C. So if we're looking at sine of C, side opposite that would be 14. So it gives us sine of C equals 14 over, and then it's over the hypotenuse still, so it's over 50. So 14 over 50 gives you 0.28. That's your sine of C. Done. The cosine ratio. For the cosine, let triangle ABC be a right triangle with acute angle A. Cosine of angle A is defined as the following. So we have our triangle again. Bless you. We have the cosine of A equals the leg adjacent to angle A divided by the hypotenuse. So anyways, this is the leg adjacent to angle A over hypotenuse. Find the cosine of B and cosine of C. So to find the cosine of B, it's this angle here. Cosine B equals, and it's the leg that's adjacent, so 14 over the hypotenuse, which is 50. So this would give us 0.28. Cosine of C is equal to the leg adjacent to angle C. Sorry. So it would be the 48 divided by the hypotenuse, which is 50. That gives us 0.96. These answers should look familiar to you. The cosine of B is the same as the sine of C. Cosine of C is the same as the sine of B. Okay, let's find the cosine of S and the cosine of R. So the cosine of S would equal adjacent, which is 45, over the hypotenuse, which is 53. Cosine of R is adjacent, which is 28, over the hypotenuse, which is 53. Now we can just solve those. Once your answer is a decimal rounded to 4 places, you just do 45 over 53. Gives you 0.8491. And then 28 over 53, which gives you 0.5283. Okay. Now if we find the sine of R, sine of R is opposite over hypotenuse. So it would be 45 over 53. See how it works? Sine of R is the same as the cosine of S. Easy way to remember this is SOHCAHTOA. So we have the sine function is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So you have SOHCAHTOA. So the sine of angle B is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's AC over AB. Cosine of B is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it'll be CB over AB. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so it'll be AC over BC. For finding the sine of A, that would be BC, because it's opposite over the hypotenuse AB. Cosine of A would be adjacent, AC over the hypotenuse AB, and tangent would be opposite over adjacent, so it would be BC over AC. Okay, we got a roller coaster. You're at the top of the roller coaster, 100 feet above the ground. Angle of depression is 44 degrees. About how far do you ride down the hill? Okay, so it's a 100-foot drop. And we have this angle at the top is 44. All right. So this angle here is 44. Now, if we look at this triangle, it's going to help us more than looking at this triangle. Since it's a 100-foot drop, we can look at this side as the opposite of the angle. So we have the opposite, and we're trying to find what the hypotenuse is. So see that it's OH, which tells me that I use sine. So then sine of the angle, 44 degrees, is equal to the opposite, which is 100, over the hypotenuse, which is x. Now you have to get x on top, so you multiply through by x. X times sine of 44 equals 100. Now you got to get x by itself still, so you divide by sine 44. You get x equals 100 over sine 44. And now you just calculate this out. Gives you 143.96. And so you would go 143.96 feet. All right. Another way to solve this, it's a little more difficult, but you know that this is a 90-degree angle. So it would make this angle 46 degrees. And this is still 100. And so as we're looking for the hypotenuse x, it would be cosine of 46 degrees. Because this is adjacent, so it would be ka. So it would be equals adjacent, which is 100, over hypotenuse, which is x. We go through the same procedure. X times the cosine of 46 equals 100. Divide by cosine of 46. You get x equals 100 over the cosine of 46. Put that in your calculator. Get the exact same answer we had for sine. So either method works as long as you do it correctly. All right. That is it for this lesson. I will definitely go over these worksheets so that you understand this better. And good luck on the assignment.